keep me alive. We will see.
I wonder.
We will see. I think I've got him, but I can't be certain. I would love to pull the Sinister Strike next turn, and then Malagos just goes apeshit, but we'll see. It's going to be hard for him to deal with that Mogashan Warden without that Direwolf Alpha on the board. He had the damage before that, or at least close to... Fuck you! He still can't break it, though. Unless... And he's used both his Mortal Coils. So unless he's got something like an Elven Archer. Alright. Azure Drake. Okay, that's decent enough. Okay, before we do anything with the Drake, can we kill him this turn? If I pull knives and use that, that breaks that. I then hit him in the face for 5. He then gets head cracked for another 5. That doesn't kill him. So we're going to have to play the Azure Drake and then see what we draw first. Kobold Geomancer. Pretty sure that still doesn't kill him. I mean, we got a head crack here, right? Absolutely. I'm just wondering whether or not to get Knives out or Kobold Geomancer. Try and do the math. So if I got Geomancer out, that would be 7. I think it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? We have to break him, though, and he's a 1/3, so we should be breaking him with Knives because it's the most efficient way to do it. Without losing our Mogashan Warden. Yeah, I don't think I can kill him. I'm pretty sure I can get him down to almost nothing, but I may also die the turn after that. If he, like, pulls a Doom Guard. Okay.
Here we go.
Where am I?
I think I want rid of this. I'm trading 2 spell power for it, which I really don't like, but I do have Malagos, so it's not really too important. I don't have lethal. I'm pretty sure I didn't have lethal. Because I had to get rid of the taunt in the most efficient way possible, which was that plus the knife. So full onto the face would have killed him. I did have lethal. Fuck. Why did I do that? Because I'm a moron. Well, I don't have it now. Actually, I do have it, so it doesn't really matter. Fuck you. Did I have it? No, yeah, I did have it, because I got him down to 4. And I used my 4/7 to kill off his thing instead of hitting his face, so I did have lethal. I think. I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever the case, he's dead now, so who gives a shit? He is a dead zoo. The zoo is closed. Oh, he life tapped. Yeah, okay, so I didn't have lethal. Okay, so my decision was correct, right. I was like, hang on a minute. I got him down to that, right? Good, good, okay. I'm very glad that I didn't screw that up.
Watch your back.
I have to properly tag these. Grace Note is just useless these days. I actually ripped this a very long time ago from the actual CD. I do have a CD copy of Total Annihilation. The composer is Jeremy Soule. There you go. Okay, so we keep the fan, we toss the mage, we toss the drake, we keep the mage eye. Not bad. I'll do a game, then take a break. And then I think we might try Ultimate Spell Power Shaman. I like that idea. Apparently, I'm told that Strife Crow, who is a very, very good pro player, used an Ultimate Spell Power Shaman with an Ancient Mage to win games in a tournament last night. Which is awesome. if that's true. Okay, well, we can't really do much here. Not sure. I don't think there's any latency. I'm not noticing any drop frames on this end. Yep. Encoded 64,000 frames, dropped 0, so... It could be a Twitch issue, it could very well be an ISP issue if you're having any problems. I apologize for that, but there's not actually anything I can do about it. And we are the top Hearthstone stream on Twitch at the moment. I can't remember if... I mean, this is usually around the time, I think, when Trump streams, so it's a bit unusual to not see Trump on. Yeah, he's not. It's like Colento and Athene, basically. Trump is not on today. I wonder if there is a time before Trump is on when I can sneak in. We're going to go Geomancer here, I think. There we go. Which may very well get Shadowed Pained, but we'll see. I don't run into many priests these days. This could be pretty annoying. We will see. Trump's getting a haircut. Okay, excellent. Good, we have successfully stolen his view as well while he's getting a haircut. Well, that's pretty annoying. Do I want to create a 4? I really don't, because he's probably going to cast a spell and then everything's going to be terrible. Not sure. I guess we have to. This is probably going to end badly. I don't know, he might not have a spell that would work here, because it is a 4/4. Incoming spell. Wild Pyromancer's annoying to deal with. I'm not 100% sure what game this came from. Oh, it's actually from the Gran Turismo soundtrack. Now I remember why I didn't like the Gran Turismo soundtrack. Yeah, it could be a Power Word Shield, maybe, for an explosion, which would be... Nah, okay, he doesn't have an answer. That's pretty cool. Excellent. We get to play around a little bit with spell power, which is pretty important here. So we can Shiv to kill that, which is awesome. And we could Eviscerate. So basically, we can remove them both efficiently. The exact efficiency that we need to clear the board, which is exactly what we're looking for there. A Shiv into a 5 damage Eviscerate to deal with a powerful creature, which leaves our 4/4 live on the board, which is pretty much almost impossible for a priest to remove with an actual spell, thankfully. So, digging it. Strict Machine, I did receive my Blizzard Relic CD. I'm not sure how it even got here. Apparently, you sent it well after the post box had been cleared, but apparently it reached there, and the UPS store actually called us and said, hey, we received one more thing, do you want it? So I said, sure. But yes, I have received a CD with old Blizzard promotional stuff, which includes Pax Imperia 2, which I actually have played Pax Imperia 2. I wonder if I could... the last time I tried to record Pax Imperia 2 was a problem. I wonder if I could stream it. It does still run on Windows 7. It's just a bit dodgy. Because that game actually is a 4x strategy, which I enjoyed greatly, with real-time combat, which I thought was absolutely awesome. I think we just drop another Ogre Mage here and just attack. It's like, what more would you possibly desire when it comes to dealing with a priest other than 2 4/4 minions? Well, 2 4/7 minions were pretty good too, obviously. I'm thinking Ancient Mage Shiv for ultimate Shiv damage and value. 5 damage Shiv and a card for 2 mana. How do you argue with that? In fact, it looks like we might be doing just that. Oh, yeah! Oh, he's gonna heal. He's gonna heal. That sucks. I'm gonna have to actually attack him. Damn. I was hoping to be able to kill him in one foul swoop. That would have actually been amazing. But, unfortunately, that is not to be. The 5 damage Shiv will not be enough. I think we're gonna have to go Shiv and trade. There's no other way to do it, is there? No, I can't do 7 damage in one turn with one spell, as much as I wish that I could. Oh, well, that's kind of sad, but the value is there. You know, I get a card. Everything's pretty cool. We could go... yeah, the fan doesn't do enough damage. You know, just 3. It's kind of annoying, but hey, you know, he invested quite a lot in that creature. And then we just drop a Dalaran Mage, which is most likely going to get fucking Cabal Shadow Priests or something. I don't like the Dalaran Mage against the Priest, for obvious reasons. It either gets Shadow Word Pained, or it gets Cabal Shadow Priest! Bloody well told ya! Bloody well told ya! Okay, well, I think it might be time for some AoE, certainly, but unfortunately we can't do it. Well, we can with an Ancient Mage, but it's not going to do much. It kills that. We can kill that, and then that's fairly low and then dies, but then he trades it into the Ancient Mage, which I don't really like. We don't have a weapon for Blade Flurry. Really should have got one. So I'm not massively happy about that. Yeah, this is not brilliant. I think we do have to go with the Ancient Mage fan option. Actually, we don't have to do Ancient Mage fan. We could just do fan knife. Trade. I guess that works. Well, I pulled the second fan. I could do Blade Flurry, but... yeah, actually I think I might Blade Flurry. Why not? Why not keep this guy intact? There we go. Bit of a fairly heavy investment, but I did use the fan to get a card back, so I'm not too bad with it. Well, fuck me. That's bad news. Can we kill that this turn? Yes, because we just pulled Eviscerate. It is going to involve a trade. As much as I wish that it didn't, but it is gonna... That Ogre Mage, I'm afraid, is gonna have to go bye-bye. Yeah, I can only do 7 without trading something. Hate that. Unless I pull a backstab. Nope. Okay. Alright. It will have to be Eviscerate then. It's a bit sad. But we get rid of it before it can do too much. But, you know, Ragnaros is almost always going to be good for the person that plays him. So I took 8 damage and had to use a spell and trade. You know, that's why Ragnaros is one of the best creatures in the game. But I'm still alive. So, it's not too bad. And we still have a decent amount of spell power. I'm kind of lacking my finishers, though. I used both Eviscerates now, so... he has an Azure Drake of his own, which he probably stole from me. But we did just pull a backstab, which is fantastic. So we're going to use that to efficiently kill that. There we go. I'm tempted to throw out Fan and Knives for card draw here, but I don't think that's a good idea. We can do it next turn anyway. Alright. So he's at turn 10, which means he could mind control, but I mean, I don't have any kind of crazy creatures on the board that are really worth doing that to. He might desperately go for my Archmage, maybe. What could end up happening is that I'd use Ancient Mage, he then steals it, and then just unleashes horrible, horrible Mind Blasts. I don't really want to play Malagos against him for that very reason, because that would probably get me killed. So even if I draw Malagos, I probably won't use him. I mean, he is dead next turn unless he answers this, so... and that's without me pulling something like a Sinister Strike or a Head Crack. So I think we're in a pretty decent spot right now. After this, we'll try a little bit of Spell Power Shaman. We're about to take this back to rank 13. I have got this up to... 10? I can't remember what my highest rank with it was. I think it was 10. And then I took a big fall after running into a lot of Miracle Rogues that I didn't have the right answer to. Alright, so his current strategy seems to be just play as many cards as you can. I really don't want to play that. Like, it's potentially a game winner, but it's potentially also a game loser if he steals it. Well, Fan of Knives is obviously going to be great here. So I suppose we drop the Ancient Mage. We don't have lethal, do we? No. We don't have anything that does direct damage to him, so... we do that. Don't want to play around MC Tech? No, I don't think so. I've used both my Blade Flurries, so I can attack. Alright, can I do 12 damage to me this turn? With 4 cards. 5 cards. Did someone just ask me what the song was? Literally scrolling in the corner. Come on, guys. Use them eyes. I'm sorry, am I not properly disclosing the song? Shadow Madness. Alchemy Soul Priest? That doesn't kill me. Okay, cool. Quick, guys, let's properly disclose the song. There we go! Proper disclosure. This stream was brought to you by Burning Rangers. No, Burning Rangers was a Saturn game. One of the late Saturn games. Most people don't actually know much about it because it came out really late when basically nobody had a Saturn anymore. And it was actually very impressive 3D work that people claim couldn't be done on the Saturn. Because the Saturn was like legendary for not being very good at 3D. Like, it was actually a console that was really designed for the 2D era. It was very good at 2D. It was a very powerful 2D machine that had some really good arcade ports of fighting games on it. But Burning Rangers was one of those kind of few games where they said, yeah, you know what, we absolutely can do it. There we go. Cool. I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to build ourselves a Ultimate Spell Power Shaman deck and see how that goes. All right, let's do a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to create a ultimate spell power shaman deck. At least that's the plan at any rate. Let's give that a bash. I'll have to toss the deck away. Can we have more than 9 decks, please? Like, really, there's a spot right there. Give it to me. Let me use it. I guess we can toss away Trap Hunter. I don't plan on using that anytime soon. Okay, ultimate spell power shaman. So, I mean, the shaman idea kind of makes sense because they have a lot of low-cost spells as well. Usually it's compensated with by overload, but they also have things like the spell power totem. So, it seems like a shaman might work with the same concept. Alright, so first things first, of course, we take everything that has spell damage in it. So, I'm going to take that. Dalaman Mage, Kobold Geomancer, Ancient Mage, Ogre Magi, Azure Drake, Archmage, and Malagos. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright, now we need to take all of the spells that the Shaman has. So, Earth Shock, Frost Shock! We don't see that very often. Don't have Golden Lightning Bolts, how disappointing. I barely play Shaman, I think that should be fairly obvious. Okay. Lava Burst, Lightning Storm. And that's probably about it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that leaves us with 4 cards. And we want it to kind of go in with the theme. The problem we have here, actually, I think is actually card draw this time around. Because outside of Thalnos, we basically have no card draw in this deck. Yeah? So I think the last 4 cards are going to have to be card draw. Whereas with the Rogue, you have quite a lot of card draw because you have Thalnos, Shiv, and Fan of Knives, which are all card draw. So I think that's what needs to be done here. We do have... Oh, and Azure Drake as well. We do have Azure Drake, so we've got 3 cards that draw cards. Whereas we might want to toss a couple of monetides in. I can absolutely not take Hex, but I probably shouldn't. So... Farsight could be good. As weird as it sounds. That's like... We could go, like... Farsight into a turn 7 Malagos or whatever, but... I think you have to take 2 Unbound Elementals in this, because this deck is... This is full of overload, yeah? So, Unbound Elementals are going to be good, and then probably Monetides, I think. We don't... A lot of the spells Farsight doesn't really work too well with, because really the highest cost spell you have as a shaman is 3 mana. Outside of Bloodlust, of course, which we're not using here. So I think you go with that. Like, if you want to stick with theme, you go with Unbound Elementals, because they're going to benefit a lot from the overload, and then you take Monetide Totem. That is true, we will never have full mana. I don't like taking Farsight. Like, it's a card for a card and then a slight decrease in cost. But the cost is like, really, you're paying 3 to draw a card and make the next card cost less. So really, I don't know. I don't like Farsight. It's not very good, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's gonna be this. The only thing I would want to add would probably be Ancestral Spirit to make sure Malagos would never fucking die. But that would also make it a silenced target. Well, you protect the Monetide Totem by making sure that you kill everything that comes on the board. And Monetide is a guaranteed draw. At least 1. I wouldn't want to add a more overload. I think that seems like a really bad idea, especially a heavy overload like Feral Spirit. Besides, we can experiment with it. We'll give this a shot first. And you can't fit in Shaman, apparently. There you go. You always go full gimmick. If you don't go full gimmick, then don't even fucking bother. Okay, let's give this a shot. This is maybe a little bit too high rank to actually make this work in. That could be a problem. We will see. To be fair, like, if you have enough spell power, you should never need a Hex. I don't think Taunt is that important, and if you're gonna do that, I wouldn't maybe overload any more than you already do. Yeah, you do need a decent amount of draw, because what if you don't draw your AoE? Then you're in real trouble. Like, I mean, this opening hand is not great. You keep your Lightning Bolt, but you toss the other two, and that's a bit better, but still. You do need the draw. Like, the only reason Ultimate Spell Power Rogue even works is because it does have 7 draw cards in it. Well. Kobold Geomancer, turn 2. Yeah, I can see Farsight working with legendaries for obvious reasons. Oh, yeah. And we have ourselves a Frost Shock. When the hell was the last time you saw anyone use that card? Oh, he's gonna kill it immediately. That sucks. Maybe I should have Frost Shocked him and then played it the turn afterwards. It's also worth noting that you do have a small amount of Taunt in a Shaman deck thanks to these. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. We might have to Frost Shock that thing. Although I'm tempted to throw down the monetized, actually. Yeah, monetized Frost Shock to delay that might be nice. So I can get some more draw off it. There we go. So the hope is that this lasts one more turn, which I mean, he might Wrath it, though, so I don't know. Yep, there's the Wrath. We got a Blood Mage Thalmos, which is good.